today's science session and myself Gautami Jetwa from Ehsaas Academy, and today we will be discussing about the topic that is the elements and compounds. Okay, so definitely this is a very important chapter. So let us imagine, first of all, let us imagine that the whole world, the whole earth, entire space is actually made up of some particles, right? The tiniest thing, that is atom, that we have already known and we are familiar with the atoms. Okay, so atoms are the tiniest particle which cannot be divided further, and वो group of atoms से पूरी सारी चीजें बनी होती है, ठीक है? So what we can define is there are different types of elements present. There are different types of elements present. For example, if I show you this periodic table, what you can find out, the different elements are there: hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Different elements are there, right? Different elements have their different properties. Okay, so basically this we are going to study. Fine. Okay, so before we start, let us begin. These elements are placed in the modern periodic table. Okay, but ये मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल मॉडर्न बना, उसके पहले बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट बहुत सारे साइंटिस्ट ने किए, ठीक है? फॉर एग्जांपल इन 1817 डॉर्नियर ट्रेट्स, इट वाज द डॉर्नियर ट्रेट्स. अभी उस ट्रेट्स में क्या था? फॉर एग्जांपल 3 एलिमेंट आर देयर. ओके, एलिमेंट are the substance which is made up of only one type of atoms, that is known as element. Okay, element का मतलब होता है the one type of substance, like the substance which is made up of only one type of atoms are known as element. For example, hydrogen. So hydrogen के अंदर hydrogen के ही atoms होंगे. Okay, if we talk about the compound, so basically compound is made up of different types of elements, we can say. For example, water. So water का formula होता है that is H2O. So basically what happens, this water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. मतलब आप कहीं का भी water ले लो, right? So that is the compound. So you have already been familiar with the element and with the compound. Is that clear? Okay. So yeah, so if we talk about the Daubner's traits, so what generally it will happen, now there are 3 elements, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and arsen. Okay, now what it says that कि जो element first and third element का जो atomic mass है, okay, उन दोनों को हम लोग sum करेंगे, plus करेंगे, and we'll take out the average, so we'll get the atomic mass of the middle element. Is that clear? The atomic mass of the first element plus atomic mass of the last element, उन दोनों का average, what I will get the atomic mass of the middle element. Clear? So this won't work for a longer period of time or for all the elements. Okay, so that's why in 1866, Newlands have defined his kind of criteria that now he has placed the elements like this, that is hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Now you all know that sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. Okay, so sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. मतलब first है sa and वापस एक है sa. Okay. So the properties of the first and 8 elements is the same. Okay, chemical property and physical properties, like hydrogen, what you can see from here, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Fluorine comes here. So the chemical properties of hydrogen and fluorine will remain same, but there were so many drawbacks of also. Okay, then it's about the Mendeleev's table. Okay, he has also put the he has also made like this, but यहाँ पे it is these elements are placed on the basis of their atomic number, whereas Mendeleev have placed the elements on the basis of their atomic mass. Okay, so that also didn't work. Finally, then 1923 makes what's like modern periodic table, that you can see this. Okay, it was launched, and till date we are using this. Okay. So, due to this kind of constraint, this kind of drawbacks, the modern periodic table has been generated. Fine. Now, what you can see, this modern periodic table are having the different kind of elements. Okay. So, different kind of elements like metals, non-metals, and alloys. Okay. So, if I want to give the differentiation between metals and non-metals. So what you can see over here is, okay, what you can see is there are the different types of elements presented with the different colors. Okay, for example, hydrogen is there. Okay, then what you can see, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Okay. So basically what you can see that some are metals, some are non-metals, some are metalloids. Okay. So what does actually mean this? So metals are they are solids, and they are very good conductor of heat and electricity. That's why our electric pan, our electric toaster, these all are made up of metal. Whereas uske jo handles hote hai, that is made up of plastic, right? So the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, whereas non-metals, for example, this plastic, right? So this plastic is actually non-metal and it doesn't conduct any kind of electricity, doesn't conduct heat as well. Then what you can see, the metals are basically luster. What do you mean by luster? So if you will see mainly the steel, okay, so that it gives the shyness. Okay, if we talk about the plastic, it doesn't give any kind of shyness. So the one property is luster. Next is malleable. Now the metals can be converted into form of sheets. For example, we are using the aluminium foil, right? We are using the aluminium foil to wrap our food. Okay. So that aluminium foil that is made up of aluminium exactly. Also we use the gold foil, right? That is made up of gold. So the metals can be converted into sheets. Okay. Whereas non-metals doesn't. If we talk about ductile, now ductile it means what? That metals can be converted in the form of wires also. For example, if I show you, okay, so this is a copper wire. So copper is one metal, right? Also it converted into the form of wire, whereas non-metal doesn't. It is sonorous. अगर कोई भी metal को what we will अगर आप गिराते हो, so what it will find out the ringing sound. Okay, we generally use in our electric bell. Okay, so when the ringing sound is produced, but if we talk about the non-metals, so उनमें कोई भी ringing sound produce होता नहीं है. And example gold, copper, यहाँ पे example oxygen you can take, plastic you can take, rubber you can take. So these are the differentiation between metals and non-metals. Okay. So now we'll see the basically what exactly is about the modern periodic. Okay. So what you can see, the modern periodic table of elements. Now this is a kind of table. Generally whenever we make table, we used to form in the form of rows and column. Okay. So now what you can see that there are 7 different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 periods. The vertical columns are known as 7 periods, and what you can see, there are 18 groups. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Okay, so basically 18 groups are there and 7 periods are there. Okay. So now how it has been placed, कि कौन सा एलिमेंट कहाँ पे प्लेस होना चाहिए, दैट इज बेसिकली what you can see is up to their atomic number. Okay, for example, सबसे पहले तो हाइड्रोजन, earlier it was like कि हाइड्रोजन was very critical situation कि हाइड्रोजन को हम कहाँ पे प्लेस करें, बिकॉज इट ऑल्सो पोजेस some of the properties of metals, some of the properties of non-metals in such a way. So now the hydrogen is been placed over here. Okay, then it comes to the helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen in this way. Okay, so basically for the 10th standard you must have to remember this atomic elements up to 30. Okay, आप लोगों को जिंक तक basically up to 30 तक you have to remember this in a series wise. So the hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, in that way. Okay, so these are the symbols given of the elements. Okay, now closely look this hydrogen. So basically hydrogen का ये H है, उसका symbol है, उसके नीचे उसका पूरा नाम, that is a hydrogen. Okay, now the topmost part is atomic number. Now what do you mean by exactly atomic number? The number of protons present in that particular element. Okay, if I say this is cobalt, so cobalt, the atomic number of the cobalt is 27. So the number of protons present in the cobalt is 27. Okay, so that is present in the superscript, but in the subscript it is this is present, this atomic weight, atomic mass you can say. Okay, कि भाई वो atom है तो उसका कितना mass है, that is atomic mass. So in this way all the elements are presented. Now the next thing is what you can see, this basically two columns are very reactive. Very reactive, it means what? It actually get react with most of the things. Okay, now you can see this. Okay, so basically some of the metals are there, some of the non-metals are there. What you can see, this zigzag line. Okay, so these are the metalloids. Even these green elements are also presented, also showcase the properties of metals, as well as it also showcase the properties of non-metals. For example, steel, which we are using steel. So steel is a metalloid, right? That is a alloy, you can say, made up of metals and non-metals together, right? So this was all about the periodic table, and now again we'll discuss something, the next part of the chapter. Okay, so now let us focus to this periodic table and we'll see the different kind of trends. The number one is valency. Okay, now how the valency behaves in a group or in a periods, that we have to see. So let us take two example, that is sodium and potassium. First of all, we are talking about the vertical group. Okay, we are talking about the vertical group in this way. So we are taking sodium and potassium. Okay, now tell me the atomic number of sodium is 11, that we all know, and atomic number of potassium represented by K, the atomic number is 19. Clear? So now let us draw something. Okay, so now just look at this. This is a nucleus. Okay, we are making the ring. Now if we want to define this sodium or unki electronic configuration of its atom, so the number one shell, first shell mein how many electrons will go? Only 2. Okay, in next shell how many electrons will go? That is 8. And in the last shell how many electrons? That is only single one. Okay, so the valency, the number of electrons in the last shell is known as the valence electron and is known as the valency. ओके, सो लास्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है? ओनली 1. ओके, सो द वैलेंसी ऑफ सोडियम इज 1. नाउ हाउ यू विल डिफाइन कि these, so 1 is the valence electron. Okay, to complete what I require, या तो मैं इस 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन को मूव आउट करूंगी, या तो मैं कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स लूंगी? 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू मेक इट 8. ठीक है, कंप्लीट ऑक्टेट बनाने के लिए आई रिक्वायर 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ओके, द टू कंडीशंस कैन बी डन. इधर 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन को मैं मूव आउट कर दूं, ऑल्सो मैं 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ले लूं, 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को गेन कर लूं. So which one will be the easier? 1 electron can be move out. Okay, so the valency is 1. Okay, next if we talk about the potassium, so potassium also, let us draw the electronic configuration of potassium. Okay, so in first shell there are 2 electrons, in the next shell again there are 8 electrons, because the total atomic number of this potassium is 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So basically there are 4 different rings. First ring में 2 electrons, second octet में there are 8 electrons. In the third octet also there are 8 electrons, and the last octet is a 1 electron. Again also it requires 7 more electrons to make it octet complete. So what I will do, I will remove the 1 electron rather than taking the 7 electrons. Okay, so 1 electron will remove. So what I will left? Only 1. So the valency of sodium and potassium is 1. So if we talk about the down the group, okay, you can see the down the group, sodium, potassium, the valency will not change. The valency will remain same. Okay, if I talk about down the group, the valency will remain same. Okay, now let us talk about across the periods, how it behaves. Okay. So let us take two more elements, for example sodium and magnesium. Okay, so the atomic number of sodium is 11 and atomic number of magnesium is 12. Is that okay? Yeah. So let us define this: 2, 8 and 1. And what is the electronic configuration of magnesium? In the first octet 2, in the second one is 8 and again 2. Okay, so what is the valency of sodium? That is 1. And what is the valency of magnesium? It would be okay to remove 2 electrons than taking the 6 electrons, because I want make it complete 8. So better है कि 2 electrons को मैं remove करूँ and 6 electrons को gain करो. Which will be the better one? The 2 electrons will get removed. So the valency is 2. So across the period, the valency is getting increasing. Okay. So now we have discussed about the valency. Now we have to discuss about the atomic size. Okay. So हर एक atom का उसका size कैसे define करते हैं through the periodic table. Okay. So again, let us take 2 examples, that is sodium and potassium. We are talking about the down the group. Clear? Again, the electronic configuration of sodium, the total number of electrons, the total number of protons, atomic number is 11. So 2, 8, 1. Because first octet mein there are only 2 electrons. And the next octet again 8 and last one is 1. That is the potassium, the atomic number of potassium is 19. So 2, 8, 8, 1. Okay, so these are the electronic configurations of sodium and potassium. Clear? Okay, now see sodium, if we talk about sodium, so in the first shell 2 electrons, in the next shell 8 electrons, and in the last shell only one single electron. Okay, if we talk about potassium, in the first shell 2 electrons, in the next shell 8 electrons, again in the next shell 8 electrons, again in the last shell single 1 electron. Okay, so now what you can see, the distance, now how you can define the atomic size? Atomic size, the distance between the nucleus to the outermost shell, that will define the atomic size. Now what you can see, the distance between the nucleus and up to the outermost shell is this much, and over here the distance is increasing because number of shells are increasing, so but obvious distance is also increasing. So down the group what will happen, the atomic size will increase. Okay, now let us talk about the across the group. Across the period. Okay, is sodium and magnesium. So magnesium का total number of electrons, total number of protons, that is 12, atomic number is 12, that is 2, 8, 2. In first shell 2 electrons, in the next shell 8 electrons, and in the last shell 2 electrons. Okay, now see, now there is a twist that there are only 3 number of shells. Now how you can define कि किसकी atomic size किससे ज़्यादा है? Okay, so what you can find out कि जो last shell है उसमें यहाँ पे only 1 electrons is there, and in, over here the last shell में how many number of electrons are there? Only 2. Okay, so basically what happened, this is a positive charge. Okay, so protons will get attracted to the electrons. Okay, so the nuclear charge basically क्या होगा, यहाँ पे number of electrons ज़्यादा है इसीलिए वो attract ज़्यादा करेगा, so the atom will get squeezed. So the atoms will get squeezed. So basically the size of this magnesium, because the number of electrons is more in the outermost shell, the size will get decreased because the atoms will get squeezed. The reason is that effective nuclear charge. Okay, it will attract, right? Over here the size is quite bigger than this. The reason is that the outermost electron is only 1. Okay, so what you can find out is in across the period, okay, what you can find out, the atomic size will decrease, whereas down the group across the period the atomic size will decrease, and down the group the atomic size will increase, and these are the reasons behind it. Okay, so let's move to the next part of the chapter, that is the bonding in elements. Now elements require the electrons from the other elements to complete its octet, okay, to make a stable position, right? So there are the different types of bonding. Now see, if we talk about the water, so what is the chemical formula of water? That is H2O. अब आप कहीं का भी पानी ले लो, like rain water you can say distilled water, the water which is coming at our home, okay, so the composition will remain same, that is H2O. That means 2 atoms of hydrogen when it combined with the 1 atom of oxygen. Okay, so this composition 2:1 का जो composition है, that will remain the same, okay, wherever you go. So this is basically what happens is hydrogen is combining with the oxygen. It is making the bond between these two. The atoms are making the bond, okay. Now how it makes a bond, let us see. But before that, I would like to also make you familiar with that the number of gases, जो भी gases होते हैं, that are always present in the form of H2 or O2 or N2. Do you know the reason why? The reason is that अगर simply H होता है या simply O होता है, only one single atom, so these kind of gases are not stable. So to make it stable, okay, these kind of gases are always present in their diatomic molecule, you can say. It means two atoms. Okay, so now how these two atoms get combined? So what you need to do, first of all, there are the two atoms of hydrogen. Okay, so let us write down H and H. Fine. Now this dot is representing number of electrons. Dot is representing electrons. Okay, so hydrogen is having only one single electron in its last orbit. Already it is having only one electron, that too only the last orbit में सिर्फ एक single electron ही है. So यहाँ पे hydrogen के पास what I will define, one electron. Over here also hydrogen के पास one electron. Now you better know that for completion I require two electrons to make its octet complete. Okay, what I require, two electrons. Clear? So this hydrogen will take one electron from this hydrogen. Okay, again this hydrogen will take one electron from this hydrogen. So both the hydrogen get combined, right? And it will make the single bond and it will form H2. Clear? Next, if we discuss the oxygen, okay? So basically this oxygen, now the atomic number of oxygen is hydrogen, helium, lithium, barium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, that is 8. So 2, 6. So जो last orbit है, last orbit में how many number of electrons are there? 6. Okay. So basically what will happen? We will define here 6 electrons. Also you can define electrons with the help of cross. Okay. इसके पास भी 6 electrons. Now you tell me that how many electrons is needed, how many electrons are needed to complete its octet. Okay, for example, to complete its octet, I require 2 electrons. So this oxygen will get 2 electrons from this particular oxygen, and this oxygen will get 2 electrons from this oxygen. Okay, so both the oxygen will combine and it will form the double bond. Why it will form the double bond and why over here single bond? Now see children, अगर 2 electrons share हो रहे मतलब single bond, अगर 4 electrons share हो रहे तो double bond, अगर 6 electrons share हो रहे हैं then it will form the triple bond. Okay, so let us define triple bond. So let us take the example of nitrogen, that is N and N. So we all know that this electronic configuration of nitrogen is 2, 5. So the outermost electrons of this nitrogen is 5. That is, let us represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that clear? Okay. So let us see this. Now this nitrogen requires how many electrons to complete its octet? It requires 3 electrons. So definitely it will take 3 electrons from here. Now this nitrogen requires how many electrons to get completed? Obviously it requires again 3 electrons. Okay. So the total number of electrons are shared between this nitrogen is 6 electrons. Okay. So the triple bond will form and it will form N2. Okay. So you have studied about that how hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen has been formed. Okay. Example of different kind of compound we generally use in our day-to-day life. For example, H2O, that how H2O combines together, and we'll take another example also, that CO2 carbon dioxide, how this actually forms. So basically H2O, so one atom of oxygen with the help of two atoms of hydrogen, right? So the oxygen is to be placed in between and hydrogen is being placed over here, okay? So the total number of electrons outer shell में हाइड्रोजन के पास होते हैं 1 and यहाँ पे भी हाइड्रोजन के पास होंगे 1 and oxygen के पास how many total number of electrons, that is 6 in the outermost shell, okay? So 6 has been placed, okay? Now this hydrogen requires how many electrons to get complete? Only 1 electron, so it will take from here. This hydrogen also requires 1 electron to complete. Okay. Now this oxygen requires 2 electrons to get complete. So 1 from that hydrogen and 1 from this hydrogen. Okay. So in this way, water is been formed. Okay. Let us take another example, that is carbon dioxide. So carbon, oxygen and oxygen. Okay. Mainly जो भी monoatomic में present है, that will place in between, and जो diatomic में present होते हैं, that can be placed in the either side, right? Now see, what is the electronic configuration of carbon? So hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. Okay, so the carbon represent atomic number of carbon is 6. Okay, so the number of electrons, that is 2 पहले and then 4. The outermost में कितने number of electrons है? Only 4. So we'll represent 4 electrons. Over here oxygen में we already know from the above example, that is 6 electrons and 6 electrons. Fine. Now this first of all, this oxygen requires only 2 electrons to complete it. Okay, so it will take from carbon. Also here, this oxygen will require only 2 electrons to get completed. Clear? Now what about carbon? Carbon requires 4 electrons to get completed. Okay, so 2 it will take from this oxygen and 2 it will take from that particular oxygen. So in this way, CO2 is been formed. If the 4 electrons are shared, it means what? Double bond. If the only 2 electrons, only 1 pair of electrons are shared, it means single bond. Okay, so this we have completed with this hydrogen, that is water, and carbon dioxide. Okay,